I'm Jeff Lorber of the Jeff Lorber Show. Sure. I'm here to talk to you about a very serious issue today, medical marijuana. And first of all, if you've seen my show, pretty much enough said. You know, I suffer from various medical, mental problems, right? I'm like paranoid, schizophrenic, neurotic, obsessive compulsive. I have various social anxiety disorders. I have every social anxiety disorder you could possibly see. If you've seen my show, it's kind of like obvious what I'm saying here, right? And in the papers yesterday, it just said, I heard on the news that Governor Cuomo, because I live in New York State, from people who might be seeing this from all over the world and stuff, right? Governor Cuomo was supposed to sign into legislation medical marijuana, like a number of other states. It just makes sense to do it, right? I mean, it's just crazy. In fact, the federal government should not only legalize, I'm not even going to talk about legalizing marijuana, I'm just going to talk about marijuana for medical purposes, right? And this hits very hard, this hits very home to me, because I go to my therapist, right? And I go, look, I'm like obsessive compulsive, I'm like neurotic, you know, it's like, I'm just like, you know, all these like symptoms. I go, what could you do for me? What could they make? And they want, so she wrote out this list, right? I have it here. She wrote out this list, right? Let me just get it for you. Okay, now here's a bunch of things that she wants to give me in order to solve my, you know, like my mental problems, right? You know, she wants to give me Zoloft, Prozac, Abilify, something called Celexa, right? Xanax, something called Haldol, something called Seroquel, or something called Lexapro, right? Now, these are all like man-made pills stuff, you know what I mean, right? And if you take these, right, I said, well, what are like the side effects? What could happen to me, right? So she goes, well, the side effects from this could be suicidal tendencies, dry mouth, which I guess I'd rather have dry mouth than suicidal tendencies, right? Tremors, right? Shaking hands, which happens to me anyway, right? Nausea, gastrointestinal distress, diarrhea, dizziness, cold hands, cold feet, and in some cases, pregnancy. Now, you know, it's like, if I had all those things, right, then I'd really have something to be depressed about, you know, except the piddly shit that I'm worried about now, you know? I mean, it's like you're taking all those things, you're getting all those horrible things, and meanwhile, so you got all these, let me show you, you got all these freaking pills, right? All these cases of pills. Here's some Xanax for you. Here's some fucking celebrity. Here's this. Here's that. All these fucking pills, right? You got all over the freaking place, right? And you know, the list of shit that you take, and you got the small little tube, you know? Now, this is man-made. This is grown. It's in the ground. It relaxes you, it helps mellow you out, you know. All this stuff is man-made stuff in laboratories, and I tell you what, the diarrhea and the fucking nausea and shit, you know, and all that, you know, hey, I'd say back to the lab, boys, you know. Certainly you could try again, you know what I mean? But you can't go back to the lab with this because there was no lab. There's no lab in the first place. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, medical marijuana is so necessary to do. I mean, instead of taking horrible things, man-made things for yourself. And so I'm, you know, going to use my public celebrity status, public access celebrity status, which is worth about like about this much. Right? In order to like come out here and say, hey, New York State, federal government, you know, let's have medical marijuana so people like me don't have to go on like weird all these pills and medications and shit and all over the place. You got a medicine cabinet full of pills. You know, I mean, who needs this? Who needs this? You know, it's either all this, right, or this, which is grown in the ground, and it will help you. Plus the tax advantages that you'd get from medical marijuana and stuff. I mean, society will never get anywhere by making laws that go against the natural way that people want to do things. Because then you're creating schisms, and that you don't want, right? You know what I mean? So, in ending, I want to say, write your congressman, write your representative in Congress or Washington or whoever, and tell them, hey, you're sick and you want your weed. Sure.